So the main organization that's emerged in opposition to WPATH is GenSpect. GenSpect actually hosts conferences every time WPATH hosts a conference, and they'll do it in Europe and they do it in America. Every time they host a conference, GenSpect will host a conference at the same time in the same city, basically to say, no, this is not the only authority on gender. And there's some cross-pollination between the two conferences where journalists will go over there and see what they're really saying, and we'll have refutation of that and record it. And I've attended all of those conferences and spoken at several of them. And so that would be probably the primary organization. In terms of other organizations that are pushing back against gender ideology, there's a lot for parents. So there's, a lot of different parent groups there's Parents with Inconvenient Truths Against Trans. There's groups like Our Duty, Mom Army, Dad Army. Moms for Liberty is a big one. That's not their only mission, but it's a big advocacy work that's advocating for parental rights. And then there's a lot of conservative organizations that have been very friendly to our cause, like Turning Point USA, the Heritage Foundation, Daily Wire, organizations like that. But, in terms of any specific organizations that have as much historical relevance as WPATH, there aren't any because WPATH began as a kind of activist. It began as a research organization, but then it turned into an activist organization. So we do have a research organization called SEGM, Society for Evidence-Based Medicine, and they do statistics, they do research. And according to the Office of the Health and Human Services Department that I just met with, they are right now organizing and planning to run a systematic review of evidence in the US for pediatric gender transition. So right now we have the right people in place. We have the right organizations. I mean, it's actually like a miracle and beautiful and serendipitous the way that it's finally coalesced into the highest office that Trump himself is saying this is a priority, and there's executive orders going on. So, I mean, we have like the executive branch on our side. That's a pretty big organization.